You've heard us talk about them. They're in, and they're on the website.
Absolutely. Our brand new America's Diesel podcast, branded bills, badass, flex fit, performance material, sweat stain resistant. It literally feels like it cools your head.
I don't know how that's possible, but somehow it is. Yeah, you can rock it. You know, I'm more of a flat bill kind of guy. You can do that. You can curve it. For all you taco holder guys, you can even throw that in there.
Yeah.
And then snap back with a little bit of the flex fit.
Yeah.
Big head approved, small head approved.
And it's extremely comfortable. I almost guarantee, I say almost guarantee. No, I guarantee this is the most comfortable hat you will ever wear. And the logo, rubber. Awesome. Yeah. Came out great.
Super detailed rubber on there, so it's never going to fade on you. If you want to get one of these in your hands, they are $50, shipped to the lower 48, plus tax, if applicable in your state. Just go on the dieselpowerproducts.com, search hat, look for the fantastic Jam and Eagle logo, pick yourself up some before they're out of stock.
Yeah.
You're listening to America's Diesel Podcast. Tyler's truck. 2021 Dodge Ram 2500 crew cab long bed, just a man's truck.
Just a grandpa's truck. It's what my wife calls it, grandpa truck. I've heard there's been a lot of murmuring going on.
You're saying that you don't have the
they don't have the gall.
Oh, the gall.
No, a lot of people have been asking what I'm doing with my truck, and it's a valid question.
Oh, look, he's flying.
It's a valid question, and it has been something that I have. It's funny because with most vehicles that I've had, I've done something very quickly, and got it to the point where where it was quote unquote cool. Mm-hmm. This truck I've taken my time with, and I'm actually. As much as it hurts me to not, especially have, the basics like wheels and tires and like a lift kit or whatever, leveling kit, whatever you want to do. And as much as that hurts me, at the same time, I'm actually glad that I've taken my time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. What the freaking F am I doing with my truck?
Get a hold of yourself, Tyler. What are you doing?
Yeah, what the hell, man? This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Fuel Bomb Diesel Additive, an additive designed for diesel enthusiasts, made by diesel enthusiasts. Ben, take it away.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is our in-house Fuel Bomb fuel additive for your diesel truck. Our biggest thing here is making sure that you can pretty much always have diesel additive on you all the time. You've got a lot of other additives out on the market that they have, anti-gel in there all the time. They have cetane in there all the time. They end up being big and bulky bottles. Our standard everyday diesel fuel additive is 1 ounce per 32 gallons, and that's its main job is to make sure that your fuel system stays lubricated and prevents the formation of algae. And it should also help you in colder climates too.
Should definitely help you in colder climates. Along with cleaning your fuel system and maintaining it, it'll also help you bump that cetane number up for a more efficient burn of your diesel fuel. And if cetane is just what you're after, there's the Fuel Bomb Hellfire, which is our straight 8+ cetane enhancer.
Yeah, and you guys asked, and we brought them back. We did go away from the bottles that didn't have the measuring little parts in there. We brought them back for you, so now you can measure out your 1 ounce per 32 gallons for the F-Bomb or 4 ounces per 32 gallons for the Hellfire.
Both these additives are available on our website, dieselpowerproducts.com. Now let's get back to that episode.
Well, thank you for tuning in. This is Ben and Tyler from America's Diesel Podcast. If you heard that badass bird in our intro, that's actually Tyler flapping his wings and just yelling into the mic.
Yeah.
Feel proud. You are now more American for hearing that.
Yeah. I'm a very accomplished eagle caller.
You can find us all the normal podcast avenues by searching America's Diesel Podcast. Also on the social medias, especially on Instagram. We are trying to pump up our Instagram numbers. We do go live on there every Wednesday in between episodes. That's right. Every Wednesday we film 2 episodes, and in between those 2, right around 5 p.m. Pacific time, we go live. Have a beer with the boys, get a chat going on. Last one we just got off of, honestly, fairly spicy. It was a good one.
We actually got a compliment that it was
good tech info.
Yeah, that was probably the one that I talked the most on.
Yeah. The more Tyler talks, the more tech comes out. Not saying that I don't have any tech abilities, but
I keep it hidden and locked away.
Yeah.
And I save it for a rainy day.
There was an episode a while back where someone even left a comment on YouTube. They were like, cheers for letting Tyler talk more on this one. And I wanted to comment back, but like, I literally said in the episode, Tyler's taking the reins on this one.
Yeah. Well, and then I feel
Or
like I
something, I
talk
can't
too. Then I feel like I talk too much, and I'm like, wow, I need to shut up and let Ben talk. My God.
The problem is, like, you put a mic in front of me, and if Tyler just keeps doing the,
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Yeah, I know.
I'll find something else.
I know.
I'll transition. Just I don't.
Yeah, gives me time to think.
Yeah. But yes, we also do have our Facebook group. You can find us on there by searching America's Diesel Podcast, the group. It is a private group, so it will not be suggested to you. But there are questions to answer. Please answer them. I monitor all those. That page is monitored exclusively by Corey and I. Tyler does not have Facebook, which I'm jealous of. But everything on there is basically monitored by Corey and I. So it is a good place to connect.
Ben shows me all the cool stuff.
Yeah. If you need diesel parts for your pickup truck, make sure and check out dieselpowerproducts.com. If you see that Quick Ship logo, it's in stock, ready to rock. If you have questions on that, make sure and reach out to our sales technicians. They are here working 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. They will give you the best tech info and assistance and advice in the industry. If you are placing orders with them or online, make sure and write podcast or let them know in the notes section. That way we can tally them up and we'll let the guys know that write the checks that we're not down here just farting around drinking beer, but we're farting around here drinking beer, helping people spend money, because money makes the world go around, and Diesel Power Products is paying the bills for these freaking microphones, all that kind of good stuff. So
Yes, sir.
Keep that in mind. And reviews make the world go around. Tyler, I think we have a new strategy for our reviews.
Do we?
Yeah.
What?
I don't care what the review says as long as it's 5 stars.
Okay, that works. Yeah, keep them coming in. Whether they say one thing or 1,000 things, we don't care. As long as it's 5 stars, and as long as you do it, that's what helps us out. We are moving up in the ranks, guys. We're like getting close to being in the top 20 of all automotive podcasts, which is huge for us. That is. You guys have no idea how many automotive podcasts are out there. Even for us to be in the top 50 is, I think, an accomplishment. Let alone that we're in the 20s right now, which is just epic. As far as diesel podcasts go, we're second rank. We're right behind the diesel podcast. So we're working on. Again, we have nothing bad to say about those guys. We of course, just like they probably do, they want to be the best. We want to be the best. We'll let the audience decide. Keep the reviews coming in, moving up in the ranks. We love it. Screenshot your reviews, send it to podcast@dieselpowerproducts.com. Make sure you include a picture of your truck or the truck you want and an address so we can send a decal to it. It looks just like the logo on our badass hats and our backdrop, so you can represent and show everybody else. And also tell your friends. I mean, you got... every one of you at least has got 10 buddies, right? Tell them all to download the podcast and give us a shot. Maybe not start with the first ones. Maybe start like 156. Maybe, I don't know.
We've gotten better. I will say the early podcast. If you've never listened to maybe like 1 through 20,
I would start with the newest one and then work your way back and then go back forward. That's my advice.
Forward, back,
yeah,
forward, back,
it's,
forward, back.
When we start. Speaking of that, this will just be the first part of the episode. But speaking of that, do you remember what we had when we first started? We had mics on, like little mics.
We had lav mics, and it was a live episode,
and it was actually live and only on Facebook. Yeah. And it was that stupid little dipshit freaking camera that overheated. It was a pain in the ass.
It actually, and this is as bad as it could be. Like, keep in mind, so we are an online business, okay? We are an online business. This camera, for us to go live and it recording in 1080 or whatever it was, took up so much bandwidth that people were having trouble just doing their normal jobs while we were trying to podcast.
Yeah. It was junk. It was junk.
But I was on my phone and actually sent a message to the entire team, like, hey guys, if you don't need to be on your computer right now, I'm thinking to myself, like, we're an online business. We're just two yahoos up here on live, like, this is not the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. So, that's why I say start with the new ones and then work your way back. And then just do that. Just do that for us. They've gotten a lot better.
Make sure you do follow us on the social medias and you go into the Facebook page. If you are buying parts for your diesel pickup truck and you're not buying them from Diesel Power Products, I do want to know why. Legitimately, me personally, I want to know why. Email me, DM me, let me know what's going on. Good, bad, happy, or sad. We do want to be the best in the industry, so please give me that feedback. I have been getting more emails and questions from people. I'm trying to get back to you guys and get you guys answered, or even just discuss them on the podcast. So it's always a good time getting more info from you guys, and it's been a lot of fun, honestly, on this journey. Before we get too much into Tyler's thing, Tyler's truck, I had like a couple of days ago, there's just like how far we've come since first starting. Because it was one of my first, every morning when I wake up, I scroll through like my memories on social media from like previous years ago. Yeah. And I'm starting to get into the point where we were like at our 10th episode. Yeah. Because I was like posting about it. And I'm sitting there like, man, that was episode 10. We're at like 220 freaking something, whatever. Yeah. Coming out twice a week now with real microphones, doing cool shit. Yeah. And also in the top 30 of automotive podcasts. We're just two freaking yahoos in Spokane, like drinking beer and talking shit about diesel stuff. Yeah.
I remember I guess we're talking about this, but the first episode, I don't even know if it was aired, but it wasn't even me. It was you and Ash.
The very first one?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
I don't remember.
It might have been a test only. Yeah. But it was you and Ash.
I know Ash was on there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and then there was a time where it was me and Ash.
Yeah, because I was in Jamaica.
Because you were gone.
Me and Cooper in Jamaica doing Jamaica things.
Yeah, but yeah, I wasn't even slated to be the podcast person.
It's true. Little known fact. And this is nothing against anybody else here. Like
I took it personally.
I was kind of like really the one really driving to have a podcast. We gotta have a podcast. I was like really pushing to make it happen, and I originally thought it was going to be me and Ash on here.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Because me and him, we hung out the most outside of work. Yeah. I was like, we're going to be on there. And nothing against him, but like all of a sudden I had Tyler on there a couple times and you and I just vibed super hard. We were like vibing. And even the guy that was producing it, he doesn't work here anymore, but he was like, dude, you and Tyler are electric. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean? Like I felt like we didn't get any tech info. And it's like, no, it's entertaining as shit. Yeah. You guys are good. Yeah. And so it's been me and Tyler ever since.
I secured my spot by just showing up. It's cool. It's cool to look back on that kind of thing. But
it is.
Again, what also makes me look back, I look back on my previous trucks that I've owned.
Totally.
And I've always been the one to, well, especially like even with my Eco Diesel, I go back to, because that was my only other brand new truck that I've owned. Mm-hmm. I was literally doing stuff to that truck in the parking lot as it got dropped off, me driving it just around the parking lot. Yeah. And I was putting a throttle sensitivity booster. I had an idea already in my head on what I wanted this truck to be, and my old trucks, and I just did it, and it was great. But what I ended up doing a lot of the times with a lot of my trucks is I ended up switching, like doing different wheels or doing that thing. So, and again, my life has kind of changed to the point with my Cummins that I have now, where this is not merely just a thing I drive to show off the parts that we sell here, but it is legitimately a tool for me because it has a job that it needs to complete every time without failure for me to enjoy my other things that I have.
It has a legitimate purpose.
Yeah. So like when I had my Eco Diesel, I was still doing other like I had a boat, but I had a 30+ foot boat that was moored at a marina. Yeah. I wasn't towing that boat. The boat itself was like 13,000. I had a 310 Sundancer, a 330 Sundancer. I had these bigger cabin cruiser style of boats that this truck couldn't haul. So it again, it was we just did an episode on commuter cars. I was saying there's no perfect commuter truck.
Well, it was. You were going to the west side all the time.
Go to the west side.
Your mother-in-law was over there.
Well, then she moved to Boise,
and then it was like almost every weekend you were going either to west side or Boise.
Yeah, and then going back and forth from Spokane to Lake Roosevelt. Mm-hmm. Like that's a little bit of a hump. Yeah. So it was a perfect truck for that. I didn't need anything that towed, but now that I have I had the first trailer that we had, and I got the side-by-side rack, towing that trailer with this truck, and then now I'm into my toy hauler, and it's to me, not that any of the modifications that I would do to this truck would would hinder its towing ability or anything like that. It's just working on something else when I'm keeping a trailer going and my side-by-side going and getting things ready. Because you guys got to understand, I camp a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay, when we buy a trailer, it doesn't sit. We use it. We use the shit out of it. I mean, we go almost every weekend we can. I mean, short of having other things going on. If there's nothing going on, like there's rarely a weekend where we're like, yeah. I mean, sometimes during the summer when it's like excruciatingly hot and it's too dusty to ride. And maybe some people are like, it's never too dusty to ride. It gets hot, okay? It just gets hot. And it kind of gets, especially when you're trying to lug around a 110-pound pit bull with you. She's my little baby girl. But, it just gets, that's like the only time of the year that is, I'll have like some free weekends where we're not doing anything. Otherwise, like pre-summer and out in fall, like spring and fall camping is the best camping. And I think everybody would agree with that.
Yeah.
When it's like sweater weather, it gets cold at night where you can have a giant fire. Like we go out every single weekend, every Cass, chance we get.
I think you guys are legitimately a, 7 to 8 month out of the year camping.
Yeah. We make, I mean, shit, we went camping. I remember one time we went to Beaver Lodge and this is before I had this truck. He wasn't even like fully open because there was so much snow you couldn't even get back to some of the sites that he had. So we just like pulled in by the road, and I had to back this trailer in to a very small opening in the snow berms to get the trailer in there, and you're still standing on like 3 feet of snow. Like we will camp in the snow, like we don't give a shit. Like I think that's the best. I think it's awesome. So again, this truck to me has my whole mindset with this truck has gone a different route just because I know I need it to work. And not that I'm going to hinder the way that it operates, but it's just, it takes me doing these things took time away from what we were trying to use for the truck when it could do that task already the way that it is.
Right.
But now I'm getting to the point, I'm about to hit 30,000 miles on this truck.
Nice.
And honestly, the factory tires they put on these trucks are junk.
They're toast. I even came in your office. I was walking past your truck a couple weeks ago.
I can't believe it.
I walked in, I was like, dude, your tires are trashed.
Usually those Michelins, like they will last quite a while.
Are they Michelins?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure they're Michelins, yeah.
I know they're like Transforce, whatever the hell that is.
I think they're Michelin. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, they're toast. So I'm like, I gotta do tires. And can't do tires without wheels. Like, I mean, come on. So
you're like halfway there. You might as well do it.
and actually, I told you this was gonna happen. I have to pee. But Corey just got wheels and tires. Well, he got wheels and he's getting tires.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Corey talk to you about his wheels and tires while I go pee real quick, and I'll be right back.
Okay, you do it.
So
we should let him get that chain up first, because that's going to be loud.
Yeah. It's going to be a little loud. For those of you that don't know, our podcast room is right behind the shop, and we have a door that's going on now. If you can hear it in the background, it's a chain link door, shop door. Yeah. There he goes. And he shimmies out. Okay.
Yeah, so white 2015 GMC 2500 HD. I ended up going with the Method 317's titanium.
It's a good looking wheel.
It is, and I didn't expect them to look like as good as they did. Like the outer lip on it, like what you had showed or mentioned. Like I didn't expect that. I just kind of expected it to like just go in a little bit and then like go into like the more concave. But no, it looks good. It just adds a little bit more depth to it.
Totally does.
Yeah.
That wheel is one of those things where if I saw it on a website, I'd be like, probably not. I don't like it.
Right.
And when I saw it in person, like that's a fucking Hot Wheel.
Yeah, and everybody was going bronze, so I was like, I don't really want to go bronze. So I decided to go with the titanium instead. I was debating gold, but I couldn't find any in like a style that I really liked. So I ended up going titanium. Now I'm kind of tossing up the idea, and I was talking to you a little bit on it, on just doing a shackle instead of going like with a kryptonite leveling kit, just doing a shackle to bring the rear end down. and then just going with like 33s. If I got to trim a little, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So those of you that don't know, that generation of GM truck has very square wheel wells, which is why, you might think to yourself like, oh, 6-inch lift, I can fit like 40s.
No.
On these trucks, 6-inch lift is still like a 34.5, a 35-inch tire, just because those wheel wells are so square.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues that I find with them is like with the shape of the wheel well, the wheel always looks so small.
It does, because the top corners.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was rounded, it'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just doesn't fit the wheel very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're back.
You're back.
I'm back. Okay.
How was your PP?
It was good. It was good.
These
It
are
was
the
nice.
questions I asked my son. Did you flush?
Yeah, I did.
Did you wash your hands?
Wait. I didn't do either.
Okay. Did you get it all in the toilet?
I didn't look.
This is my favorite one that I asked myself. Do you have any questions?
When I pee,
for
I
me?
close my eyes.
Yeah. Did you turn the light on? Questions you'd think you never have to ask someone who just want to pee. That's
Yeah.
what having a 5-year-old boy is like.
All right. So you talked about. Am I interjecting?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
So for a while, especially after we talked to DDC and they became a sponsor, I really wanted to run their wheels. Although I don't have a dually. And I made a joke in our first episode to them saying, hey, you should do, what I say, SRWDC, like single rear wheel
Single
design
Rear
company.
Design Co.
Yeah. But then they had made the comment like, funny you mentioned that. We're planning on coming out with super singles, and
This
you
was
can run
totally unscripted.
totally unscripted,
Yeah.
and you can run 4 fronts as just regular wheels. And I'm like, that's pretty dope. Because for a little bit of time there, I was kind of thinking that instead of doing like the whole lifted thing, I would maybe want to do like a reverse level kit and do like maybe some 20s. I contemplated 22s, but doing like a super single front all the way around, which would be kind of cool. That 10 lug look with kind of a little bit of a lower truck.
For those of you that don't know, Tyler's generation of Ram, the 5th gens, they sit tall in the back.
They sit really tall in the back.
So when he says reverse level, this is not going to be a slam truck by any means.
No.
Like this, you still need to like hop up into the tailgate.
Yeah, 100%. So I had that idea for a while, and then this is no fault of DDC. They're obviously developing wheels, so that takes time. Like I'm not going to like rush them. Like I can't, it's not my
fault them for it.
yeah. Like they just brought it up, and that's kind of what I, But now again, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I need to do tires. So I need to pick out some wheels and figure out where I'm taking this truck, which I'm still on the fence on. The only thing that I've kind of made a solid decision on is these tires from Nitto. It's called their Exo Grapplers, which they are dubbed like their heavy duty all-terrain tire. Because again, I don't need to go to like a full-on mud terrain. This truck does not go off-road. Like I just want it. I want a tire that's going to last. And I want a tire that has a good tread pattern for winter driving and dirt roads or whatever. A soft field, whatever I pull my trailer into. So I started looking at these tires. Scroll up so we can see the tread pattern here.
And you want a tire that looks good.
And I wanted a tire that looks good. And this kind of filled in some of the boxes for me. And I've heard about this tire for a while. Nobody that I know has ran it. It's definitely, like I said, an all-terrain tire. It's not a huge mud terrain. But it's, it's a, what do they say right there? This tire is, whether your journey takes you from the frozen north, oil fields, or farmland, Exo Grappler AWT is built for 4-season performance. Like exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly what I'm looking for. Chip resistant all weather compound, drilled for winter studs. If I wouldn't put studs in, obviously. 3-ply sidewall construction. Exo Grappler AWT provides armor for your truck against the elements. It's a good looking tire. You have the sizes and specs up. One thing I didn't look at was the load rating. Not that it's an E-rated tire, so 10-ply. But I was curious from what the load rating was compared to like a Terra Grappler.
It's a good looking sidewall for like a heavy duty
Right?
off-road tire, you know?
Yeah. I thought so.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm looking at doing is a 35. And the reason for that is I cannot get gears for my truck. And that's not in the budget for me this year. So probably a
17.
Yeah, 17. So a 35 1250 17 E-rated 3195 at 65 psi. So pull up the Nitto Terra Grappler G2s, which was my favorite tire prior to this one.
Yeah, you had those on 2 trucks.
Yes.
Those are good tires.
I really enjoyed those tires. They worked great in the wintertime. I actually I was like, my EcoDiesel with these tires is like a freaking honey badger. It just doesn't give a shit.
That. Yeah.
Like they did great. I'm just curious if it's more Terra Grappler G2s, bottom left.
Yeah.
Sizes and specs.
$17.
So 35 1250.
What?
Wow, replaced with Nomad. Oh, they are replacing Nomad. They're replacing these.
What's the Nomad Grappler?
They don't even have a 35 on there right now.
You can scroll down.
Scroll down.
Inside
Okay,
that menu.
yeah.
There's that little skinny bar on the right. There you go. Yeah, now we're talking. Get down there. 285, 305, 315.
Wow,
35.
they are replacing it with the Nomad Grappler. 3195 at this. Is that the same?
It says replaced with Recon Grappler.
A Recon Grappler.
Not even a Nomad Grappler, just Recon Grappler. Wow, the G2s are going away.
Wow. And so that's the new one, Recon Grappler, which they do have a heavy duty truck in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Gives me confidence.
Okay. This is real time, folks. You might be hearing Tyler talk about a different tire for his truck.
Possibly. I'm not opposed to it. I want to make sure it's E-rated. Wow, a lot of sizes I see.
Yeah. Well, that's for a 16.
Oh.
Wow. 33, 37. What? No. Okay.
35, 12, 50. 36, 40.
36, 40. Yeah. 65.
Wow.
Okay.
So that's it's got a bigger load rating.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to those either.
At a lower PSI.
Same PSI.
Same? I thought the other one was
Yes.
80.
No, 65.
60. Okay.
So I'm not opposed to those either. Yeah, I'm down with those.
That's
So
it.
anyways, those are okay. So those are my 2 tire choices that I think I want to go with. I want to do a 35 because I don't want to do gears. I want to stay within my operating ratios of my 68 that I have in there. So, that's kind of the easy part. I think tires are the easy one. Wheels, though. Wheels. Man.
It's so hard.
Wheels, I don't know if wheels or tires gives me worse analysis paralysis.
Wheels. For me,
Wheels?
for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
For sure. And then what am I doing with suspension? Because I'm fairly certain I could put a 35, 12, 50, 17 on that truck with 0 lift and just put them on and run it, which I'm okay with. Lift wise, I would probably only want to do a leveling kit. So maybe some Carly coils, a Carly track bar, and some either some Bilstein shocks or the Carly signature series shocks, and then call that a day. And just keep it kind of
Very basic.
basic,
Better riding, good quality, but very basic.
but it's still gonna work for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm not touching anything in the rear of the truck as far as other than putting shocks on. So like my hitch and everything that I have currently everything will work with the drop that I have.
Taller tire than stock. You may find the truck sits a little bit taller. You may have to adjust
Possibly.
slightly.
Well, I'm already at the bottom of my adjustment, so I hope I don't. Otherwise, I need a bigger drop hitch. I would need an 8-inch instead of a 6-inch drop for my toy hauler.
Well, hear this though. So because I know your truck is raked, and I don't know how hard this angle is, but because the truck is raked, that hitch ends up coming out angle high. You level the truck, you might actually have that hitch coming out more at a 100-degree angle, which may negate the lift from the tire.
Well, then that would actually benefit me more because I would get more tongue weight.
A better angle.
Because it would be down, basically, is what you're saying. Because right now it's angled up.
It would at least be level at that point.
Yeah. So it actually would probably benefit me to do a leveling kit.
We should do some measurements.
We should.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the route. I don't want you guys' opinion. That's kind of the route that I'm headed with the truck. So doing again, Carly 2.5-inch lift coils, either a set of just Bilstein shocks, Fox shocks, or Carly Signature Series shocks.
I'd say at least do the Carly Signature Series.
Okay, and then even with a 2.5-inch lift, I don't necessarily have to do the track bar. But
you and I both.
I know. Yeah, no, I know.
You're gonna do the track bar.
So and then do a track bar. I don't have to do really anything with sway bar end links. Like that's all good. I don't need a drop hitman arm, of course. No. The steering on that truck is great. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The only thing that I would potentially add in there would be a box brace.
Okay. Yeah, I can get down with that.
That's fair.
I'd say just because you're probably.
I could do that now.
Yeah, you could do it now. Just because you're going to a little bit heavier, I would say, wheel and tire package, and you're going to a larger contact patch.
Yeah.
That, if you want to make sure that you're sitting yourself right, put a brace on there. That way you're supporting the box.
Okay. So you think I'm going the right direction? I think that'd be cool, right?
Totally.
Even if I didn't want to do the lift right away, I could still just do the wheels and tires and throw them on there and call it a day. If I wanted to.
You could. I worry that
I could still do a reverse level.
I know
with the 35s.
You may end up. Okay, you just tapped into a whole different version of Ben.
Yeah.
A reverse level on 35s.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I'm in. Yeah.
That's a burly looking truck.
Yeah.
But it would actually be cheaper for me to reverse level.
I bet.
What it would take, because I can't find a set of springs that reverse level the back, which would be nice because I could just replace the coil springs in the back.
And maybe a track bar. Get adjustable track bar for the back.
I don't know. I've never reverse leveled anything, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I even think my airbags that I have on there currently would work with a reverse level. I think it's just on the bumps. If I had 5 PSI in there, I think it would still work. Otherwise, the only reverse level kit that we sell that I am actually even aware of is Kelderman. They do a reverse level, but the back would be strictly air. I wouldn't have any coil spring.
Okay, so they do a 4-link airbag conversion.
Well, yeah, you just take the coils out and you replace it with airbags. Which at that point I'd want to have.
That's kind of cool too, though.
Which at that point I'd want to have onboard air.
Yeah.
Just because that's my only suspension in the back.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, I could drop the ass, which would be kind of cool. I could do an ARB twin air compressor. I can do a pack brake. I would do a wireless,
totally,
the Bluetooth
absolutely.
controller,
or at least a key fob controller or something like that. Yeah, 100% wireless.
and then be able to drop, and which would be nice for like hitching up the truck and whatnot.
Dude, that's tight.
Be kind of cool, and I could do that actually with taking consideration the price of the airbags and then the onboard controls. I think it actually kind of works its way out to be about the same price as doing a leveling kit for the front. So. Now what do you say?
I really like the idea of 35s reverse leveled.
I kind of do too.
Because honestly, you're probably the truck would still end up being taller than it is now because you're putting taller tires but dropping the ass. So if anything, it's going to be a wash as far as the height of the truck, but you're going to get a better stance because it's leveled. Everything, in my opinion, everything kind of looks a little bit more burlier when they're leveled, and you get the beefiness of the tire in there. It's going to look like you're running a 37.
I understand. At the same time, now don't get me wrong. I know that like the Kelderman kits and I know like the pack brake kits, they're great kits. Okay. My only worry, again, I don't want to take away from this truck being my tool. There's nothing worse than the tool failing.
And you're seeing airbags as not as reliable.
Well, yeah, because if something fails, if I puncture a bag,
you're fucked.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
If an airline fails and I don't have enough airline to fix it or fittings to fix it, I'm fucked.
Yeah, it's just another.
If the compressor stops working, I'm fucked.
It's just another system to monitor and maintenance.
Yes, I would much rather do the reverse level with a coil spring.
I agree.
And just replace the spring and call that good. But I'm not aware of anybody. I hope, hey, if there's somebody out there, please let me know. Please let me know, because I'm highly interested in doing that.
The only argument I have against that, and I've made arguments for and against airbags on like pickup trucks and stuff like that, is how many semis out there are running airbag suspension?
I get it. But, you know, I don't know. I have full faith in the system, but again, it's just my brain thinking and how I use this truck. Again, I don't want to have to worry about anything. And again, if something did fail, like I'm screwed. Whereas if I had a coil spring in there and I could still possibly, like, I don't know 100% because I've never reverse leveled anything. I would assume that I would still be able to run my pack brake bags that I have now. Which is kind of cool because then it just makes it so I didn't waste that money. I just feel like that would be more peace of mind for me if I went that route. So I don't know, man. I'm still up in the air because on that aspect of it. But again, the nice thing is the tire and wheel combination that I want to do will work with either, even if I don't even lift it at all. So I feel like you're kind of still up in, you know, like what would you do? Like if it was yours, let's say there is a coil spring replacement that reverse levels these trucks.
Oh,
if that's available,
100% reverse level.
You would do that.
I think your truck would look fantastic reverse leveled with a set of 35s on there. Yeah. I think that would be just because of my little bit of anti-establishment in me.
Yeah.
Everything here is leveled or lifted.
I know. Yeah, it has badass suspension. I know. And I like that too.
I love that.
I like that too.
At the end of the day, like your truck may actually move the weight better with what you're doing to it. Yeah. You know, like you're not only doing it because you like the way it looks and you want to do something cooler, but you're definitely not going the way of, well, I like the way these things work, but it doesn't necessarily make my truck tow any better.
Right.
Or, you know, it actually kind of hurts it, but
yeah. Oh, Corey, you got an opinion?
I like the reverse level idea.
Yeah. Would you do it with bags or a spring if a spring was available? I trust me, I love the bag idea. I think the idea of dropping the ass, like to like
so good.
That is, I think it's cool, and especially being able to control it with my phone would be epic. But we all know how I am with my phone.
I'm kind of I kind of side with you in the idea if there's a coil.
If there's a coil
route.
Yeah.
So I've had that same mental argument with myself. So when I was driving back home from California last time on the excursion, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, this thing rides okay, but what could I do to make it ride better? First thing is obviously coil axles. So going, you know, like 11 to 16 or at least a 05 and up, front and rear axle, coil spring, upgrade leaf springs. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a install it, set it, and forget it.
Yeah.
But that also requires me to find said axles and all the parts to go along with it, which the best way to do that is a parts truck. I don't have the room for a parts truck. Right. I can't do that right now, whatever. So I'm going to be piecing things together. Or I do a Kelderman front and rear airbag kit.
Yeah.
In which case this thing is going to ride better than with a coil, 100%. It's adjustable.
Yeah.
So that means like I can literally, like when I'm jamming on the freeway, I can start dropping it.
Yeah.
And just get nice and low, lean, sleek. Start slipping
through the
drop
the front and just
start slipping through the air with my brick.
Yeah.
But then I also think to myself, because the goal is for this to be my wife's vehicle.
Yeah.
Do I want to have to worry about the maintenance on an airbag system? I've never had an airbag system. I don't know if there's extra maintenance on there, but it's an extra system that has moving and adjustable components on that for her to drive.
Right.
I honestly don't know. And I don't know how and this is different from having airbags on a truck.
Yeah.
This is a bagged vehicle at this point.
Again, it's a primary suspension.
It's a primary suspension. I don't know how well these things do in the cold.
Right.
Like even with how I'm building the Excursion now, with all the parts I do, I think of, you know, my wife I love her to death, but she's not the one who's going to come out and start it and then go back in and let it warm up and come back out.
Right.
She's going to drive it like anybody else drives a normal vehicle. Start it, put it in drive it.
Yeah.
And I know that, and that's why I'm building it the way that I am. That's why I'm still going to do
Yeah.
the best I can to have a fuel heater on there, the best I can to have a really good block heater for when she needs it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It needs to be as much set and forget as possible.
Yep.
And I can't. It's hard for me to get on board without airbags.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for working. So if coils were available, or if you could at least, because I don't even know who could even make coils for you.
I don't know either.
I'm sure you could probably talk to like Ibach or something.
That's exactly who I was going to say. I know Ibach does custom springs. You could talk to them.
How much is that?
That's the other thing.
That's the thing.
Are you going to pay $1,000?
Well, then I was thinking like, didn't people back in the day just like cut a coil out? Like, can I just do that?
True
Just
story.
chop a freaking coil off?
True story.
Been there.
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing still? Like, can you do that?
If you were in Sacramento and you were Russian and you had a Honda, yeah, you cut some coils off.
Right, but has anybody done that in a fucking Ram? 2500, 2021?
The thing with cutting coils is on that truck, like, I don't know if you would get the amount that you want it dropped
Right away.
by only cutting
Right.
like one coil, like one length of coil off.
Right,
And still maintain good quality, like ride quality.
Yeah.
right.
Like you might get it to drop.
I know.
maybe
I would much rather
inch.
find a actual reverse level coil for a 2500 Ram.
Especially like a reverse level multi-rate coil would be fucking amazing in the back of that truck.
I know.
Gets so nice soft if you're driving, and when it bangs, it stiffens up, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
That would be, I would be 100% on board with that. I love the idea of a long, lean truck
Yeah.
that moves
Me
weight.
too.
Even for, I've thought of even for my next truck, which is, an F250 or 350, more than likely 350 manual, 4-door, long bed, 7.3, obviously 4-wheel drive. I like the idea of that not being tall.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking like, I don't know if I'll get into the reverse level action.
Well, especially if you're thinking about doing a truck bed camper. I mean, that's a...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want basically a 35-inch tire or close. I'll take a skinny 35. I'll take a fat 33 or, a mid-range 34, like whatever tire fits what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
The tire's going to fit on the truck. I don't have to have a certain size.
Right.
I just want to get as big as I can with what I want to do,
Yeah.
keeping it low because I know I'm going to have a lot of weight above me.
Yeah.
And I still want it to run and drive the way I want it to. So yeah, I mean, So
Okay.
to answer your question, yes, coils.
Okay, so hopefully maybe there's a listener out there that has an option for a newer Ram with a reverse level coil. I'd be highly interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Please, if you have any sort of input on that, please let us know so I can check it out. And I'll do my own research, of course. Which I haven't looked in a while. I looked when I was really interested in lowering the truck. I was looking, and I didn't find anything. But who knows now? I mean, there might be, more people out there like me that want to do that kind of same thing, and there may be a part for it.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. If anybody's listening that has actually done like a bagged truck that has miles on it, that has years on it, and you live in the cold,
Yes,
we want to know
imperative.
about it.
Yes,
I want to know. Or if for some god awful reason Kelderman is wasting their time listening to our podcast, which I'm not trying to knock us, but like if someone at Kelderman
here's the thing.
knows
I
them,
know their stuff is good. Like their
Yes.
compressor with their air dryer, that whole setup
badass.
is cool. I'll be honest with you, it's a little out of my price range. Like their
Right.
whole because I could get a compressor system with a controller. And again, I'm not bagging on Kelderman stuff. Like it's great stuff. It's great. I'm living on a beer budget here, boys. Yeah. So like I'm just I want to do it as cost effective as possible, but I don't want to do something super cheap,
Right.
to where it's like it's junk. Thankfully, we have a lot of options when it comes to air compressors and also controllers that have been proven. So I'm okay with doing that. But again, you kind of lose out on what Kelderman is offering with that air dryer. The whole air dryer setup is awesome.
It is.
We did that mega cab for Fox Trailers. Badass. Or what? Not wasn't a mega. No, it wasn't a mega cab. Sorry, it was. He bought another truck, and we did a whole. It was just not the reverse level, but it was just the stock height bags with the whole Kelderman kit. The thing. If Kelderman is listening, I hope they are, because I hope they take this bit of advice here. Their compressor and air dryer setup is basically universal. What their recommendation was to remove the spare tire, which on a truck that tows and works, you want to have that spare tire. And I don't think it's feasible to even put that tire in the bed of the truck, especially if the truck is used. For what it's intended to be used for. It takes away from it. It takes a lot away. You might think like, oh, just a spare tire is not going to take away that much bed space. It does. It truly does. If you're using the full bed, it takes a lot of space. That's my only issue with the Kelderman kit is finding, like Jesse in the shop had to build this whole custom box for that truck to fit this compressor air dryer setup, which is badass. I don't want to have to do that. I'm going to do this probably in my driveway myself, and I want to be able to bolt shit in and not have to worry about custom making anything. So, Kelderman, if you're listening, please make kits with your air dryer and compressor that is bolt in on each truck model. That would be freaking awesome. And I'm telling you, it's going to be way easier to sell your guys' stuff. We know it's good. We've installed it on a couple of trucks. It's great. But that is my only issue.
That doesn't remove the spare.
That doesn't remove the spare.
That's an that's an ick.
Well, especially if you're doing a stock height coil replacement, like that, the guy that's running a stock height coil replacement in the back probably wants his spare. Well, he's probably not running a big oversized tire. He's probably running stock size tires, and he just wants something like he's a guy that came from semi trucks, and he wants his truck more like his semi truck where it's on air in the back, and he's got truck people are weird with their stuff. There's a lot. They do a lot of the bigger kits, that where you could lift the truck up to 7-8 inches over stock and then drop it. For it, which again it's all cool, but that's my only issue with those kits. I would rather they could tell me till they're blue in the face that their kids don't have issues in the cold and that sort of thing. I would still always have that in the back of my head that my whole rear suspension is reliant on this air, and that just scares me a little bit. I'd rather have a coil there, and that's just the way that This is the way that I roll.
Well, to update my argument previously, like I like the idea of air, but if air equals losing spare in the spare location, then I'm spraying 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And again, like this is not to knock on air suspension. If anybody out here listening, or anybody out there listening, actually has this and has used it not in a semi platform. If you're a hot shotter and you're using it or something like that, and you're running in the cold and stuff like that, I want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Get on the Facebook group, get on the YouTube comments. We want to hear from you. This is legit input.
And we're not talking just adding airbags to a truck. I already have that. We're talking eliminating, whether it be a leaf spring in the Super Duties and you're putting a 4-link with bags under, or a Ram 2500 where it's a coil sprung suspension and you're taking the coils out and replacing it with airbags. Using that as your full-on primary rear suspension. It's a different story. When it's a supplemental thing, it's like, okay, oh well, it's going to sway a little bit more, whatever it may be. So I feel like we could talk about this for another probably 25, 30 minutes. Totally. But wheels. Okay. Go to Method Wheels. I'm going to show you a wheel that I own currently on my side-by-side. And I really like these wheels. And I like this design.
You can go matchy-matchy?
I
vote for matchy-matchy. I haven't even seen it yet. I didn't even remember.
And I think it'd be cool, especially when I tow my utility trailer and with a side-by-side on the back and I have wheels that kind of match the truck.
Oh, please.
Would be kind of cool, right?
You want to know what would be really hot? You put matchy-matchy wheels on your trailers.
Yep. I was thinking the same.
Settle down. This trailer has like less than 1,000 miles on it. So go to, wheels.
Bonus points for anybody in the comments that can tell me where matchy-matchy originated from. You're never going to guess it. Most
just
of us probably
exit
won't,
out of that, yeah.
But bonus points. If you actually know, if you Google it, doesn't count. But if you actually know.
Go to the side-by-side category. I think you keep scrolling down. Bead grip. Okay, bead grip will work. Keep going down.
And if you're wondering what we're looking at, we do put these images on the podcast on YouTube, if that's what you're looking for. that we can see what we're looking at.
Keep going down.
Come on.
Come on now.
Is that it right
Are they
there?
going to show truck wheels?
Do you know which ones they are?
I can't remember off the top of my head what number they are.
I thought that was them at the bottom.
No, it wasn't. Go do that little drop down. All right. Okay. UTV bead grip. Okay. Right there. 411s.
Yes.
Gloss titanium. Those are my wheels
Ooh.
that I have right now on my side by side. The 411 UTV bead grip in gloss titanium. And I love that color of gloss titanium. And that is the color that I want on my truck. Instead of doing black.
I like the spoke. I like
I
that it's
love
not
those
just
spokes.
like it's not a mag. It's not spokey, but it's definitely like not just like 5-hole.
Okay, so you got that image in your head, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now go to you can do the add your vehicle if you want. And do my truck. 21.
Ram. For those of you wondering, we're on methodracewheels.com. If anybody from Method is listening, first off, I love you guys.
Yeah.
Second, Tyler needs some wheels.
2,500. Here we go, baby. Yeah, I know it does not fit.
Yeah.
Why didn't it go shop for this vehicle? Okay, so go to the 3 lines next to the logo.
On the exclamation point, click here to view verified fitting wheels for your vehicle. There you go.
There you go. So they don't have the exact wheel, but they have something relatively similar.
I guarantee they have a spokey wheel for it.
Down. Go up. Actually, sorry. Standard wheels. Yeah. Click shop all standard wheels. Okay. Here we go. We're getting close. We're getting close. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Right there. 314. Standard gloss titanium. That's what I was thinking.
I'm in.
Yeah, daddy like.
Wow, everybody. Wow. Come on.
Well, I mean, just
something.
Just after seeing the titaniums that I got,
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they have, with the way that the light is reflecting off of those spokes, they've got a little bit of it like where they come out and then level off or jet back in.
Well, I think they kind of they go flat and then go in a little bit. But it's I like the fact that around the circumference of the wheel, there's not the fake bead lock look, which I like. I like kind of getting away from that. I've ran on my EcoDiesel, I put a set of KMC machetes.
I remember,
on their actual bead locks. I did enjoy them. I liked being able to mount my own wheels and tires. Like that was cool. Like I could just do it in my garage. It was great. But I also hated when the truck got dirty and you got to wash it and there's that water that builds up in there. And like it's very difficult to keep your wheels clean. Which I didn't like. I love the gloss titanium color. I think that color would look great on my truck.
Yes.
I like the style of the wheel. I like the spoke design. Matte black just doesn't do it for me.
No.
But that's what I was thinking. So doing those in a 17. I have 18s on it right now. I can do 17s. 8 on 6.5. That exact wheel right there. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my idea. So
do the 35 with a little bit of sidewall grip on there. Yeah, that's good.
I think it would look good. I think it would look clean. I think it would look. It's simple, but it's effective. Simple yet effective. I like that.
I like it.
Okay.
So for those of you wondering, if you're not watching it on the screen, make sure and check out Method Race Wheels website. Pretend you have a 21 Dodge Ram, and you're looking at the 314. That's 314 Pi. 314 gloss titanium.
Yeah.
And his side-by-side wheels are just about the same.
Very, very similar. Very similar.
Same like a vision of a wheel, if you will.
411s, I think we said they were.
Yeah.
The 411s, yep.
That's a good
Which
wheel.
I love, by the way. On that side-by-side, they look kick-ass.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool, especially when I'm just, have the side-by-side on my just regular trailer, cruising, like kind of just, it's homogenistic.
You know what would look even better?
Huh.
Matching trailer wheels.
I don't even know what the freaking bolt pattern is on that. honestly, that is like so. It would be cool, yes, but that is like so. Like I don't even give a shit about that trailer. Well, actually, I do give a lot of shit about that trailer. It's parked in my garage right now. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm envisioning. So what I get from you guys is the reverse level thing. Let's just do a quick search. Let's do Ram 2021 Ram 2500 reverse level rear springs.
We're on the old Googles right now. Actually, Mozilla technically, but whatever.
See, the Kelderman
First thing that pops up: Diesel
springs.
Power Products, Kelderman rear level.
Yeah, but look at add to that rear springs because you're gonna basically get Kelderman stuff. Again, I like Kelderman stuff. I think it's great. But first level rear springs. Scroll down. Super Duty or SD truck springs, truck parts.
You're not going to find it there.
Yeah. Paid ad. Just so you guys know, if you're Google searching, you know when you Google search something and then you'll get like one ad or one website that's above like ads below. There's a reason for that. They paid for that. It might not even come up with what you're looking for. They literally had paid AdWords for that particular list for that shit. So just be careful. What are these? Heavy duty coil springs. See? Not reverse level.
I think this would be a good question for Dave.
Yeah.
As far as cutting a spring, cutting a coil.
See, leveling. Gosh. Reverse level Ram 2500 coil springs YouTube. What did you use, my friend?
35 seconds. Yeah. Let's look at that one. Open new tab. So we're on a random video right now. Random ad.
They can't hear that though.
Okay.
They can't hear that?
No.
Some girl just asked how big the ocean is. It's 69.
I got a set of reverse level coil springs from Coil Spring Specialties in Kansas.
Coil Spring Specialties in Kansas. Pause it and let's go. Coil Spring Specialties.
In unison. This is like this is like finding online boobies for the first time.
So again,
you gotta go to this website and
Specialties, Coil Spring Specialties, family owned and operated. Okay, just so you guys know, I haven't searched this. I mean, we're talking probably months ago. Months ago, I did a big old search. I was trying to find some coil springs for it. Well, I just got to probably call it.
You got to call
These
them.
are basic. Look at request a quote. Do it right now. Hit it. Oh,
Sir Air. Go back to the video. Let's see what he says.
Yeah.
He's
Let's see
probably
what he
gonna say,
says.
I had to custom order these from doing Evans drop.
It's
$350.
dude, are you kidding me?
Done. So they can't hear him on the video right now, right?
No.
Okay.
I can embed it like I did the other videos.
Okay.
So.
All right. So good old boy, Seabass GT. Love you, bro. Okay.
But we'll get these bad boys on today and show y'all.
We'll get these
what's
bad
going
boys on today.
The truck does.
You got a four-door short bed, okay.
Landing toward the front.
Okay, that's like my
But
truck.
we're gonna fix
exactly.
that problem.
Right.
Hopefully, we're not gonna be
Give me
squatted.
some skips. Let's move forward. See what we got going on here. Okay.
What?
So you're within an inch.
I love how there's just like this awkward silence because they don't.
Yeah, they can't hear it right now.
I know before there was about.
I will contact them if that's $350.
Right now it's about 9.5 inches from the top of the tire to the fender, and on the front,
A quarter, and then the front was 8.5.
8.5.
I'm just
Maybe
sending you
they'll
this
settle
link
in
so I
pretty
don't forget.
good.
Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. I'm down with that.
So within an inch and a quarter, sounds like.
Still have a
Inch
little
and a half?
bit of, just a little bit, but I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So still, it's within an inch.
Yeah. Well, first things first, I think you need to get some measurements as far as like your gap.
Okay, look at that right there, though.
That's good though. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
That with
That with a
35s.
long bed. Oh.
Yeah. With 35s.
Oh. Oh yeah.
It's a chunky boy right there.
That's chunky. I'll be honest. Even if I know you need tires,
Yeah.
but personally, what I would do is I would reverse level it and then do tires.
Well,
Just 'cause
I'm not worried about the back at all.
I know.
I got plenty of room back there. And again, I've done research. There's guys putting 35s on these trucks with zero lift.
Hmm.
So I think I'm totally fine. I think we just figured out what I'm doing with my truck.
I think we just did.
Although it's a manufacturer we don't sell, which kind of sucks, but at the same time,
Maybe we should.
and maybe we should offer that option for people.
We should also make sure and check Pole Spring locally here. They make coil springs there?
I have no idea. I think they just do leafs, but
Maybe worth it.
you sent me that link.
I put it in our
Okay.
chat.
Hell yeah.
Just so you guys know, the chat between me, Corey, and Tyler, it's called That's Full Cup.
Full cup.
It's a full cup.
Which, by the way, we need to do one more of those boys' weekends with a side by side. We need to get someone else with us. We need to do 2 side by sides. It'd be funner for everybody.
Yeah.
So one of you guys needs to buy a side by side in the next fucking 3 weeks.
My October is pretty much booked, and then
September, dude, or November.
it's October now,
Sorry.
dude.
We
November.
can't go back in time.
Yeah, November, bro.
Can't go back.
November.
We'll see.
What do you mean? We'll see.
I hope.
Come on.
As long as you don't make fun of me for my camping setup.
No, you're.
I tell you what, you're gonna
He's
graduate.
coming in the trailer.
Yeah, you're coming in the goddamn trailer.
No, we're not going to put you out in your truck when it's like 12 degrees outside
Yeah,
in November.
come on.
No, you're coming in the trailer.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Jesus, bro.
You'll like the trailer life.
Yeah,
Me and
Just
Tyler
trying to-
we'll get some cupcakes, some
little Debbie's.
little Debbie's, and we'll find out whatever TV station happens to come in.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to connect with the woods.
Fuck
You can
that.
connect to the woods just fine from inside a trailer.
Yeah, where it's heated.
Yeah.
I still have the Sands episode like on the top of my head, and you guys were talking about that. So
Yeah.
Oh god.
the small little digs into that
I
episode.
trust me. We felt bad, but at the same time, it was.
I was
hilarious.
comfortable, dude.
I know you were, but it was still funny as shit.
Dude, I had like 20 blankets anyway, so I was good.
We were certain you guys could hear us laughing. Like, we laughed so hard.
It's
and
just
like,
the fact that you guys are like roughing it hard, and we're in literal recliners, watching literally cable television, eating muffins. Our fat asses were eating freaking muffins. Little Debbie freaking little bag of like 4-pack muffins.
Okay, so in my defense for the first night, I wasn't feeling any cold anyway.
I bet.
You had a full cup.
Yeah,
That was a
you had full cut.
cup.
Yeah, you were probably, you were good. It could have
Yeah.
been -30. You probably been like, wow, it was kind of. I sweated last night. Yeah. When we're turning the temp down, we're like just laughing, like, oh fuck, it's hot in here. Holy shit! Open a window or turn the heat down. That was great. It's good. I've got actually a really cool trip. Actually, what are you doing on the 22nd of this month?
I check.
Okay. If you are free and are able, so my buddy Keith has got he's doing a boys' weekend.
You mean your girlfriend, Keith? Because you're
Yeah. It's at Murray, Idaho,
Uh-huh.
and it's some pretty intense. What he has told me, it's some more intense side-by-side riding.
Mhm.
and I'm going by myself.
Oh, so you're looking for a co-pilot?
Kind of, yes.
That's what it sounds like.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's
a Friday night, Saturday night, leave Sunday.
I'll propose it.
Check it out. Just check it out. If you can't come, I'm not gonna be mad. I already plan on going myself. I'm going by myself. I'm not even bringing the dog. I'm not doing nothing. Cass is gonna be at home. I'm loading up the trailer, going up there. It's a boys' weekend, doing some ripping. I think we end up going to like Montana bar, and then come back and there's like a little bar in Murray that we go to, but we're like camping off the beaten path.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna
Definitely check.
Make a real strong argument.
It'd be a cool fucking fun hangout fucking deal. And again, I could use a co-pilot.
Yeah, I'm gonna really hammer that fact.
Yeah.
Tyler needs me.
Yeah.
He needs me.
Yeah, and you're free to come. You just fucking hop in the truck.
The thing is,
we roll.
Cassie,
we roll at dawn.
Cassie is really nervous about Tyler going. She needs someone to know that Tyler's gonna be okay.
Yeah, just don't let her message Cassie about it because Cass doesn't give a fuck if I go.
I know.
She probably wants me to go.
Or you get Cass in on this.
Yeah, say, dude, listen, Ben.
Ben's gonna ask you about a weekend with Tyler.
Can you watch Tyler? Tyler's been getting a little crazy out there, and I need someone to supervise him.
He needs someone with him.
Yeah.
Please, like girl to girl, wife to wife. He needs this. Meanwhile, you and I are just like,
just saying, it'd be a good time. If you're free, you're welcome. Yeah. So.
Okay. I'm gonna try and lock that in.
I actually thought of bringing that up to you like earlier this week because we kind of finally set it in stone over the weekend, but then I forgot. So now I just remembered it.
Well, I'm gonna try and work that out.
Yeah,
but with
the 22nd,
that,
what is that? That's not this weekend, but next weekend,
right?
Yes,
I know I'm busy this weekend, and I know I'm busy the weekend of Halloween.
Yeah,
but that other weekend, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Just 2 nights.
Truth be told, like I'm pretty sure that weekend, and I'm gonna just spin this the right way. And this is not because like I have like a vendetta against my wife or like that.
Yeah.
We're all if you're married and you have kids,
you are owed.
I know that's the thing. Okay.
Do you want to use it for that? Because it'd be a good time.
So here's the thing. So my wife went to Mexico for a week with her friend. Granted, I didn't have the kids with me, but my policy with my wife is anytime she wants a girls' night, girls' weekend, my policy is I will do the best I can to never say no.
Yeah.
And when I say do the best I can, I mean I will put everything else aside.
Yeah.
Like, unless I have like a work thing or something that's been on the schedule already.
Yeah, predetermined had to be
like
done.
If it's, I will put everything else aside.
Yeah.
And I've been pushing off a weekend or time to like get stuff ready for winter since like we're going on the 5th weekend now.
Yeah.
Where we've like tried to fit it in and it just stuff ends up happening.
Yeah.
And this is not me against my wife. It's like we have 2 kids, things happen, right? It's not the end of the world. But we're kind of getting to the point now where like temperatures are starting to drop and I'm like, Lynette, I need at least a solid day to kind of like go over the cars and make sure things are okay.
Yeah.
Because Murphy's Law, if I don't, come
Right.
November, shit's going to break and it's 12 degrees outside and we're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I may be able to play that into a boys' weekend and I'm going to work some magic.
Yeah.
Work some magic.
Let me know.
Make it happen.
Let me know.
I'll have to replenish my soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck the cars.
Yeah. When you go do some wheeling and
Do some wheeling.
Yeah.
Some connecting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Make sure and check out our Instagram and our Facebook page. And that's going to wrap this one up. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.